Hello, Abnormal Investigations. It's been a while since I've done a recording. We've been pretty busy with some boots on the ground, some guests, and we've also been dropping some premieres. I'm hoping to do a lot more of that coming up this month, guys, but we got a lot more boots on the ground coming up. For instance, this Sunday coming up, guys, which will be the pink full moon, we're going to go out boots on the ground on that because, we never missed a special full moons. We always try to hit those, so we are going to go out on that night. I hope you all will join me Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the Pink Moon Boots on the Ground, guys. See what we can find. And let's jump into this encounter. I don't know why I decided to camp out in the hollow that night. Maybe it was the allure of the quiet, secluded weekend away from the chaos of the city. The hollow was known for its serenity, surrounded by dense forest and old gnarly trees. There had been whispers about it, sure, strange sounds, eerie sightings. But I didn't believe in any of it. Ghosts, monsters, it all felt like some wild superstition to me. That night, the moon was full, casting long shadows over the campsite. I sat by the fire, the flames flickering and crackling as the wind whispered through the trees. My backpack was half unpacked, and I had already set up my tent, so I had nothing to do but stare into the fire, waiting for the night to pass. But that was when I heard it, a low grunt, barely audible, over the crackling of the fire. It was the kind of sound you would expect from an animal, but something about it felt wrong, too deep, too human. I stood up trying to peer through the trees, but the thick canopy of leaves kept most of the night in darkness. A chill ran down my spine. And I laughed it off, blaming the isolation for getting to me. I decided to get some rest. I crawled into my tent, zipping the flap shut. But sleep wouldn't come. Every little noise, the wind, the rustling of the leaves, the occasional snap of a branch, seemed amplified in the silence of the night. And then there was the smell. It wasn't the fresh scent of pine or earth I was used to. It was something rotten, like wet fur and decay. I lay still holding my breath, but when I heard it again, this time it was closer. The grunt morphed into a growl, deep and guttural, like an animal in pain. But there was something else there, something unmistakable, a scraping sound like claws dragging across the ground. My heart skipped a beat. I knew then I wasn't alone. I pulled my sleeping bag tighter around me, my mind racing. Should I pack up and leave? But that meant going out there, into the woods, where whatever that thing was waiting. I couldn't bring myself to even do that. The growl came again, much louder this time. And then there was silence. I don't know why I did it, but I unzipped the tent just enough to stick my head out. My flashlight was on the ground next to me, so I grabbed it, clicked it on, and aimed it into the darkness. At first, nothing. The beam of light only caught the edge of trees, their branches swaying in the wind, but then something moved in the distance. It wasn't the usual forest animal. It was too tall. Way too tall. Too wide. And it was standing perfectly still, as if it knew I was watching, or at least looking for it. The creature stood on two legs, hunched forward like it was ready to pounce. Its body was massive. It was covered in matted dark fur, but the worst part, the part that made my stomach churn, was its head. It had the face of a goat, with huge curling horns that jutted out from either side of its eyes. Those glowing yellow eyes locked onto mine, unblinking, predatory. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. It was like I was frozen in place, caught in its gaze. The creature snorted, its hooves scraping against the dirt as it shifted. I heard the unmistakable sound of claws, sharp and elongated, scraping against the tree trunks. It was circling me, like it was toying with me, like it knew I was its potential prey. That's when I knew it wasn't some forest animal. It was something far worse, something ancient, something that shouldn't exist, something that might have came all the way back before Noah's Ark. The creature took a step forward, then another. Each one was slow, deliberate. My mind screamed for me to run. but my body refused to move. I could hear its breath heavily and ragged. As it drew closer, the smell of rot started to fill the air. And then, just as quickly as it had appeared, the creature disappeared into the shadows. The scraping sounds faded, and the growls stopped. And I must say, I used everything I knew to hope that it would run away. I waited, my heart hammering in my chest, hoping it was just an imagination of things, but I knew better. But when I mustered the courage to crawl out of the tent, the forest was still. It was too still. The air was thick with the same rancid smell. The only sound was the distant rustling of the leaves. I didn't waste a second. I grabbed my gear, shoved it into my backpack, and I ran. I've never, ever wanted to be out of somewhere so bad in my life. I never wanted to run so fast in my life, wishing I could run faster. I've never gone back to the hollow since, and I don't plan on it. I believe what you say, Mike. They are Nephilim descendants. They are evil. They've been here a long time, and they're a lot smarter than most people give them credit for. They are cunning and deceiving, sinister and evil, and we're always on their menu. One of your top fans. I appreciate that, and I agree with you on what you believe they are. And I believe that you were lucky to get out of there that night. Something seemed to spook it off. It made it run off. I don't know if you've done something, said something out of fear that may have bothered it, but something happened that caused it to run, to escape maybe your words or whatever you had done. I think there was something you done that maybe you didn't even notice, or something you may have said. Thank you for sharing this with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all encounters that everybody shares. Don't forget, guys, Sunday night at 8:30 p.m., Boots on the Ground. We'll see you there. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. We'll see you on the next one. And smash that like button, guys. It means so much. We got to get these likes up. So I need each and every one of you to please smash the like button. It would help so much. We'll see you on the next one.